Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to show you a new feature in XPression Maps 3.4 and higher, the Drawing Overview tool. So here with a map of Europe, I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit so you can kind of get a better feel for it. There's Europe. Now here's what I want to do. I have a bunch of labels on here and I only want to focus on a couple places. So I'm going to click on the name label for Austria. I'm double clicking these, by the way, so that's making them active objects. Italy, Monaco, and Croatia. Now these are OpenStreetMaps items and they are part of places labels. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn off the show information layers, and you can see the 4 items that I had talked about are currently still highlighted on the map. Now what I want you to notice, I have a new panel here called Drawings Overview. And what's interesting about it is you can see each of these text labels has an icon for it indicating that it's text, and it has the text that was in the label. It also has a checkbox. The checkbox, if I click next to Austria, you'll notice on the map, Austria's label goes away. If I click on it again, it comes back. So this is basically a show and hide function. In a lot of other applications you might find this is an eyeball that opens and closes, and we may go down that direction, but right now it's just a checkbox. Same function. But the benefit of this is this lets me know what's there. But if I also choose Austria, what I want you to know, if I come over to my other side of my screen where I have my drawings editor, you can see that Austria is open and available. And you can see that I have the labeling and the text information in the drawing editor. And it basically brings this active. So if I come back over and I click on Italy instead, you'll notice that now Italy is active. You see that it's information. So I have control of it. I have direct access to it. If I was to double click on Italy, you'll notice it goes center. If I double click on Austria, it becomes centered in the screen. Now this is pretty straightforward. This is kind of how a lot of other applications let you see things. The centering is a different story, but this brings these things into focus for you and it lets you make adjustments to them. I'm going to switch over to my drawings toolbox for a second, and I'm going to click on red, white, and this is basically a 2-color line. So I'm going to take it, drag it on the map, and I'm going to draw a line here. And I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to draw another one. So you see I have 2 lines on the screen. Now what I want you to notice is they're both there. I can click on both of them and I can manipulate both of them, which is fine. But what I want you to notice, if I go to my drawings overview, I have 2 things called red, white. So the nice part about the checkbox, if I click the checkbox, click it off, and then on, I can see which line that is. So I can call this first line. And I could do the next one, and I can double click and I can call it second line. And again, I could change the name here. I'm going to go back to first line for a second. You can see if I come over to my drawing editor, I can also change the name here, and I can call this one Bob, for example. And then when I move off the properties for Bob and choose another object, you'll notice that the drawing's overview now changes to say Bob. So the tool allows you to have a couple of functions in here. You can see what's active. You can turn things on and off to help find things in your scene, or just turn them off because you don't want to see them. But it also lets you get access to the direct drawing editor panel, so you can see the object that you want and work with the object that you want inside of XPression Maps 3.4 and higher.